So welcome. This is the coach training for this is the eighth, ninth. What's the ninth days? It's a Wednesday, and so we're really excited, for a lot of stuff to go over. But the most excited is our 26th event in Berrien. If you can't come, we're going to do some of it on the Facebook Live, and then what you could do is share it, and it'll go on your timeline. And then when someone wants to find out more, they can contact you and those kind of things. Most exciting part is we have a very good friend, Tim Cox, who's going to be emceeing part of this and doing kind of an introduction, wrap up, and coach training. Tim is the kind of guy who will, even though he's still overweight, has not been into his goal, fills a room. I mean, he'll have 200-300 people, and people standing along the side of in the doorway just to hear him talk. And he's just from the heart. He just just naturally flows.
Little hint: bring tissue.
Oh yeah.
Tim can right to the heart.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, just so excited for him being a part of this and leading this, and because he's done many of them, and he's just a fluid in this whole presentation. So it'll be great to take notes of and to be to see how he does and things like that. So really excited about that. So I was talking about the notes from the convention, and for those coaches that hadn't heard those kind of things, so I think one of the greatest things now is that they changed all those numbers from the coach, client support, and all those kind of things to all you have to do is dial 888 Optavia, and they can put you to the right place. And so that's for coaches, that's for clients, anybody. You don't have to remember any other numbers, any of those kind of things. It makes it so much easier to do, and also to just say, to a client who says, how do I do this? I don't know. Instead of giving the answer, let's do a 3-way call with, 888 Optavia, or if you don't have time, you call and let me know what they say. And so it's really, and I did this last week, it was really easy. Just very nice. And if they can't get, to the person you want, they will connect with email or those kind of things, but they're really working great for that.
Hey Jeff, can I ask a question?
Please do.
Do they have hours? Are they just available certain hours?
Yes.
You remember what the hours are?
I don't remember well enough to say on a recorded phone call.
Okay.
But
so this is like nutrition support, client support, coach, so anything you need, whatever, place an order.
Yes.
Whatever.
Nutrition support, I guess, still has the same old number, except that I had 2 different questions for 888 Optavia today. And so when I finished asking the one, I said, it's the same number for nutrition. And she said, no, but I can transfer you.
Oh, good.
So,
great. Very easy to remember. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. And if nutrition's closed, I'm sure they'll, get back to you, or you can leave a voicemail or something. So they've been working hard to make this very simple and kind of very coach and client orientated. And so
Good.
Very comfortable with that. And the other component of that is the new, so if clients or pre-clients have questions, it's the answers. You go on the web, you go to answersoptavia.com. And so it has all these. I'm going to share my screen for a moment. And if I could can't do that. So let's try, let's see. And we'll go to, that's Coach Answers. Here's the client answers. So it's really nice that they have all these different areas that someone could just click on and type it in a question. And the other thing is search. And so like I put in, if I'm a vegetarian, and answers come up. Even better is that if they track of everything that types in that does not have a link. So then that clicks a ticket for someone to add that in on the backside. So you're asking about vegan, and I did that. Nothing came. They'll be watching. They'll be taking notes. So that's really handy. So you can, tell anybody, all your clients, if this is a great place to ask questions. They can look up themselves. They can, or if they just want to kind of cruise about different things, or yourself, it's great to know what they're asking.
I have an answer to your question here. As far as hours of coach support, it's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that would be Pacific. That's, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then Saturdays, it's 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that means on Saturdays for us, they're closed by 3 in the afternoon. And client services, oh, they took it down. Well, but I will say that the one exception for the phone numbers is the end of the month. We always stay open until midnight, the end of the month, so that if you have orders that need to get pushed in for that last day to reach a certain rank, they stay open later.
Yeah, cool.
Because
Thanks.
you probably know that we cannot change a B Slim to process on that day. So if you have someone and you said, oh gosh, Marge, your B Slim order processes on the 1st. I wonder, is there any way you'd be willing to move it back to the 31st? If it is the 31st,
Right.
They can't move it. It has to be a day ahead, but you can call in and the company can move it to that day.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's good to know. That just happened to me this month, actually.
So the other component for us is the coach answers.optavia.com. And this has really been great. They have many different categories here about, as you can read, business and the company. This is to help you kind of understand the year and what's coming up. And so you can be making plans for convention or leadership, whatever. But the really nice thing has been this Optavia Learn. And so these are, you can either go by rank or by competency. So if your rank, say you're just brand new, you want to understand these things. So you click on that and it'll take you through each one. And they're all short, just like 4-minute videos kind of thing, progression through. But say you've been coaching for a while and you've been kind of senior coaching off and back and forth, and you want to go, how do I get more clients? How do I start, someone said, if I only have 2 clients, but one wants to become a coach, how do I start, how to offer that and this kind of things. So here's ones that you can redo through competencies and learn. And this is all at your leisure. No one's going to tell you can't do any of this. So it's really a nice way to, at your leisure and your timing, follow those. So those have been really great. The other thing that they announced was the, let's stop share. The other thing was the Accelerate in August. So anybody who becomes a new coach in August, besides the usual bonuses of the cab and those kind of things, if that new coach has 2 new clients.
Well, it's actually just $500 or more in frontline volume, which, you could potentially have one client that's got a huge order, yes. But chances are that's really 2 clients ordering.
Right. And so it's a new client, $500 in frontline volume, and they will pay both that new coach $50 and the sponsoring coach $50 for that new coach. Plus, Millers are throwing in a $25 scholarship for that new coach's new clients.
5 of them.
5 of them. There is so like you said, it's a new coach. They go, oh yeah, Brittany, I got 3 people, but they can't afford it. Well, you can go, oh, well, we can get, how about with $25 helps off their order, and so to do that, what you do is you call the company, you say, well, set up an account but not make an order. They give you an account number, and then Millers have a form on the Miller page.
In pursuit of
excellence or whatever it is, form that you fill out, and that new person gets credit for that $25 of credit before their order goes in. So it's just a nice way to help kind of grease the skids a little bit and push one over when there might be challenges. So it's really nice to have. And so, and the big trip, the incentive trip. They, unlike the years in the past, they only had a certain amount of people going. Now, whoever makes the points and can go. So, in last year, our incentive trip, there was like 9% of the people who went were not even a coach when the trip was announced. So, truly, it's in within
anybody can earn it.
Yes.
Anybody can earn it. It's really, really relates to growth.
Yes.
And so in some ways, new coaches are easier because they tend to have a faster growth.
Right.
But it's all good.
Yes. Yeah.
We highly recommend them.
And it's a Dominican Republic is the trip, and really fun because you get to have this beautiful place and connect with people who are just warm-hearted. I remember standing in the pool, and these presidentials are going, wow, this is what worked for me. Let me show you how to do this. This is how I do this. This is what and they and would know us by name, even though we're not in the same line, all those kind of things. And so just a group of people, and then and be also in a small group and be able to sit with Dr. Anderson or Dan Bell and just ask questions or figure out what and we had private conversation with Dr. Anderson just by in the pool, just kind of saying hi, and so it was great. And so it was really fun. So it's just as Brian Drollinger said, because the only reason I'm presidential is I've talked to more people than you have. Because there's nothing else about it. And that's anything else you can think of that.
No, what do you guys need? What can we help you with? Questions or struggles?
I put myself on mute so that you didn't have to hear the guy doing whatever he was doing in the yard next door. So can you talk a little more about convention? I'm trying to, convince myself to go to convention next year. That's in St. Louis,
Yes.
which, I wouldn't be going for the place other than it's really close to my hometown of Chicago. But, yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay. Shannon,
I got a little taste of, I think, what it would be like when I went to Portland.
Yeah.
But it seemed like a very teeny tiny
Yeah.
part.
It was a very teeny tiny taste.
So have you ever been to a Seahawks game or any of those big sports events or
Wrigley Field, Cubs.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So you can compare going to that kind of event versus watching it on TV. You can understand you can see what's going on. You can understand, but to have that feeling of the crowd, of the movement, of the whole sensation, it takes on so many more senses going on that you just can't get that from a lower report from us. Some of the biggest parts are the conversations of the other coaches in the hallways and with the team and the connections. It's just huge. Because you can really sit down and say, okay, this is my kryptonite. This is what's in my troubles. And they kind of go, okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay.
Cool.
afternoons are actually divided up by what you need when you need it, so everyone's separated. So the morning we're all together
Mhm.
and we're hearing the news of the company, we're hearing where it's going, we're, whatever, hearing great stories. And then we all split up and we go to individual rooms that are much smaller. And then
Okay.
they're speaking on individual topics
Mhm.
to where you are.
Right. Yes.
So tell me about so you get out of convention, you're all excited, and this is kind of even after I get off calls, or I, even came back from Portland, and I just want to like call everyone I know and tell them about this program. And now we're kind of like, oh, well, let's, make connections, do some live feeds on Facebook. And, there's all this like, make the connection, but don't talk about the program right away kind of thing. But this is what I'm most excited about in my life right now. So I'm having a hard time
Yeah.
not babbling on and on about it.
All I think the point of this, you're saying the same thing. It is just not being weird, as Craig Blanchett says. Don't be weird. It's just a matter of what fits. If you have a really tight relationship with someone, of course you're going to be excited and share what you're doing because you have a tight relationship. They want to know what's going on. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I don't know if I've told you this, blah, blah, blah. But you wouldn't go to a cocktail party where you don't know someone and you say, hi, my name's Cynthia, and I'm really excited. I've become a health coach. I think you would, be really
Yeah, you really need this.
It's like, that's weird, right? No, you'd say, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
What do you do? What brings you here? What's your connection with this event?
Mm-hmm.
You would ask a bunch of questions about them. You don't know them. You have to build a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're talking about that, they're not talking about your best friend, Shannon. They're not talking about people that know you and trust you and love you and have seen your transformation. They're talking about, I'm making 3 new Facebook friends a day. And by the time, I'm trying to do 100 every month. So I'm like about 800 on my contact list that aren't clients that are on that list. Well, I'm telling you, they're getting kind of shady relationships, I'll think, that name sounds vaguely familiar. We've got like 33 mutual friends, but I have no idea who they are. So I'm not going to say, hi, this is what I'm doing. I'll say,
yeah, right.
hi,
Yeah.
Facebook suggested you because we have 33 mutual friends. And I just did this today. I said, and I have to confess for the life of me, I don't think I know you. Do I know you? And, she answered back and she was like, that's so funny. When I saw the friend request, I did the same thing. And I thought, I'm sure we've crossed paths somewhere with all these mutual friends. We started a conversation.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
And so it's really about not being weird. Just think about if you were out at a party somewhere, what is your relationship to begin with? And if you run into a really good friend, of course you're going to share more, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this new thing and I'm so super excited. But if you're meeting someone fresh, you're going to ask a lot of questions about them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to build a relationship, and it's the same on Facebook.
Okay. So when you're talking to your friends and you just, talk about what you're doing, you don't say, hey, would you be interested in me talking to you about it? Or, how do you make that transition?
Can I jump in here?
Yes, please.
So when I talk to people in public, like in a crowd situation, they say, my gosh, you look fantastic. What are you doing? I say, I'm on this health plan and it was created by a physician. It's nutritionally sound. I've dropped 65 pounds. I feel great. I'd love to talk to you about it. And they say, well, tell me about it right now. And normally what I say is, are you asking for yourself? Or are you asking me how I did it? Or are you asking me how you can do it? Because that's two entirely different conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll say, well, it's really about me. And I said, that's sort of what I thought. And I said, it's been my experience in this type of a situation where a lot of personal information comes out. And I'd rather not do that with a crowd around. That's why I'd like to do it one-on-one. So, do you have some time tomorrow morning for a cup of coffee or whatever? And just kind of redirect it that way. And that gets you into a one-on-one type of a situation.
I like that.
So
Great. Okay.
while I'm on my soapbox, I spent the better part of this afternoon on the Optavia Learn. That is amazing. The information in there is incredible. I can't tell you how much notes I've taken. The new week 1 texts for new clients are fantastic.
Mhm.
It really kind of lays it out in simple terms. This is step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's really, really cool.
Isn't it?
It really
Yay.
And they're rolling out the back office over this next 6 months or so, and so this the Office of Motion will get so much better. But they're doing it in stages to make sure they're testing it, make sure it doesn't crash, or they do it out to everybody. So it won't probably be to the first of the year for the rest of us. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
but Shannon, other things you could say, have you think, okay, have we talked in the past about being on diets, or we've talked about health struggles and those kind of things, and you just be curious and just ask, what's going on, and say, that's what I do. I'm doing now. I'm helping people with the diabetes. I'm helping others with because
It's really an individual answer, because it really depends. What is your connection with them? And like Barb, we don't want to do it right there. We'll often just say, oh, I don't have time right now. What's it? I'm free like tomorrow afternoon. Do you have any time? What's your number? So that you can capture their information.
Yeah.
I like that. Too many people. Awesome. But it really depends on what your relationship was. So if it's someone you've dieted with in the past, you can just say, okay, Tina, you and I have been diet buddies forever. And I have to tell you, I found wow. And if you are interested in trying something one more time, I got to tell you, this is amazing. And I would love to talk to you about it. If it's someone that is at the gym that you see all the time, you can just say, you can just start conversations. And then, what's your goal at the gym? What are you trying to achieve? And, maybe they'll say, well, I'm trying to lose some weight. And then maybe you have a little segue and say, oh, I'd love to talk to you about that sometime. That's kind of what I do. If it is someone that you don't have that history of and you don't have an easy segue, then it's really relationship building, because that's part of the reason why you're posting on your wall, so that they're seeing that, oh, she's upbeat, she's got some health interest, she's living a fun life, whatever. And they're going to look at, what's it say? It says Optavia. What the heck is Optavia? It's going to say on your profile something, because people typically go to your wall and read about you.
Yeah.
Before they go into there.
It's just that your excitement. I think that's the most attractive part. When you're excited, then people become excited with you. So who they say?
JC Dornick, set yourself on fire and they will come to watch you burn.
I had an experience last night where, was at a party and and in the couple that have said the husband is interested, and he said, oh yeah, we're both interested in doing it. And then I was talking to his wife and she said, nope, I'm not doing anything anymore. I've done all these health things. I've lost weight. I've gained it all back. And I found myself trying to convince her not about the program, but about, just listening to me and talking to me about her experience and what she experienced and maybe why it didn't work. And she kept saying, nope, I'm not doing it anymore. Nope, not going to do it. So
yeah, well, you know what? You don't want to really convince anyone, because it sounds like she's not ready. But what I like to do is, ask if I can talk to the husband who's interested to see what program might be a fit for him. And then I'll say to the wife, would you mind being on the call with us? Would you support him in getting healthy? And if she says, well, of course I would you mind being on the call with us? Because you'll be able to better support him if you understand, because our program's not like most diets. It's very different.
Yeah.
I think you can be a better support if if you understand. And then she still may not be ready, and that's okay. But what'll happen is he'll start leading by example,
Mhm.
and then maybe she'll start changing a little bit. It usually goes the other way. It's usually the wife that does and the husband that doesn't, you know, and then they start losing weight just on the stinking lean and green. And it gets really annoying. But yes.
Well, yeah, as I was walking out the door, he said, I still want to talk to you. I really want to talk to you.
Yeah, you don't leave. You know, you get that phone number and you set a date and time.
Yeah.
And set it up, and then see, you know, ask, would she support you, or is she going to sabotage you?
Or just connecting on Facebook. You know, pull out your phone. Are you on Facebook? Pull out your phone. Here's pull up yours, and then send me a friend request.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are friends of mine, so it's a little more personal than that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just not ready, but that's okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
She'll come in time.
Mm-hmm. Other challenges or questions?
Let's see. Well, you know, Ray started doing this program. And it's interesting being a coach to somebody you live with,
Yes.
because they're almost the worst client.
Yes.
Because
And
they want you to have all the answers. And so it's been an interesting ride in, you know, learning that process. But yeah, that's a challenge sometimes.
and that's where you easily say, I don't know. Why don't you call 888 Optavia? Or
Yeah.
Or if there is a challenge, you know, if it's too close a relationship, you can just you know say, well, let's connect with Jeff or Cynthia, you know, and get that third party credibility to
Yeah.
it. You know, and because
I'm almost to that point.
yeah, you might have said it
Nothing
several
wrong with
times.
that. You know, 'cause I have to say, Jeff doesn't coach me.
Mm-mm.
He's
Nope.
smarter than that.
So I've been married 28 years.
Yeah,
So yeah, it is. I mean, it's
it's
just
very
too close.
tricky coaching, you know, someone who's that close.
Yeah.
But
So-
that's, you know, that's what team coaching's about. You know, is
Oh,
that
yeah,
we can help with that.
exactly. Yeah, and if nothing else, doing a celebration call, you know, with us just to get that started.
Oh yeah. I actually need to schedule that with him.
So then we can edify you as part of that. So
All right.
That's about it.
thank you,
Hope
thank
you
you,
guys
thank you.
bring lots of people on the 26th.
Yes,
I'm inviting. We'll
That's
see.
awesome.
yeah,
Especially since you guys are going to be up on stage. You know, it's not third party credibility, but it kind of is, because
Yeah.
it's like, wow, you know, my coach is
it's part of this.
part of this up on stage.
Are you recording that on
It'll be a Facebook Live recording.
okay.
You know, I'll probably do it in sections. You know, the three different sections, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to go to I'm going to stop the recording now and say thank you.
Okay.
Finish this, but
Nice job.